Think about this question. If someone saved 1 billion lives, should they not be the most famous person in history? Should their name not be in every school book? Should their face not be on every wall? But here is truth. Most people have never heard of Norman Borlaug. He saved more lives than any person who ever lived. He won Nobel Peace Prize. He worked in fields under the hot sun for 50 years, and when he was dying, his last words were about the farmers in Africa who were still hungry. This is his story. The year was 1914, a small farm in Lower America. Norman Borlaug was born here, in a simple house on a small piece of land. His family was poor. They grew just enough food to eat, nothing more. From the age of 7, little Norman woke up early every morning. He fed the chickens, he pulled the weeds, he milked the cows. There was no electricity, no machines, just hard work every single day. His school, one small room, one teacher, kids of all ages together. He walked 1.5 miles to get there every day. But his grandfather said something Norman never forgot. Fill your head first if you want to fill your belly later. Norman was poor. Norman had nothing special. But Norman had one big question that never left him. Why do people die of hunger? One night at university, Norman went to a lecture. A professor was talking about a tiny fungus that destroys wheat crops. At the end, the professor said something powerful. Science can end hunger. Science can stop starvation. The world just needs someone brave enough to try. Norman stood up. He walked straight to the professor. He said, I want to do this. Tell me how. That one moment changed everything. Norman Borlaug decided to become a plant scientist. He would dedicate his life to one goal, make sure no one dies of hunger. In 1944, Norman went to Mexico. The farmers there were suffering. Their wheat crops kept dying from disease. Families had almost nothing to eat. Norman could have worked in a nice office. He could have made good money in a big company. Instead, he went to the fields. For 16 years, he worked in the mud, under the hot sun, in the rain, in the cold. He was trying to create a new type of wheat, one that does not get sick, one that grows more food, one that can survive anywhere. People laughed at him. Experts said it was impossible. The government did not believe him. But Norman kept going. Day after day, year after year, seed after seed. And then, after years of trying, he did it. He created a new wheat that changed the world. In the 1960s, scientists around the world were scared. They said, India and Pakistan will face a massive famine. Millions will die. Nothing can stop it. Norman Borlaug said, I will go. He took his new wheat seeds to India and Pakistan. He taught the farmers how to grow them. He stayed there, he worked there. He never gave up. The results were unbelievable. Pakistan's wheat went from 4.6 million tons in 1965 to 7.3 million tons by 1970. Pakistan became self-sufficient in wheat. The famine never came. India's wheat went from 12.3 million tons in 1965 to 20.1 million tons by 1970. By 1974, India could feed itself. No more dependency on other countries. The big famine that was supposed to kill millions, it never happened because of one man in the fields doing the work. In 1970, Norman Borlaug won the Nobel Peace Prize. Do you know where he was when they called him? In the field, working, getting his hands dirty. He was called the man who saved 1 billion lives. The World Food Program said he saved more lives than any person in history. But ask someone on the street today, who is Norman Borlaug? Most people will say, I don't know. Pop stars are famous, actors are famous, social media influencers are famous. But the man who stopped a billion people from starving, nobody knows his name. Even his own home state of Iowa, people did not know who he was. He worked until the every last days of his life. He died in 2009 at the age of 95. His daughter said his last words were about the farmers in Africa. He always felt his work was not finished. Norman Borlaug teaches us something that most people never learn. You don't need to be famous to be great. You don't need cameras to change the world. You don't need people to clap for you to keep going. He never chased attention. He never asked for praise. He just went to work every single day. He had one question on his mind: how can I make sure no one goes to sleep hungry tonight? And he gave his whole life, 95 years, to answer it. The next time you eat bread, the next time you eat rice or wheat, say a small thank you to a man most people never knew. Norman Borlaug, a poor farm boy from Iowa, who went into the fields alone and changed the world forever. The world forgot him, but billion people are alive because of him. If this story moved you, share it, because some stories deserve to be heard. Thanks for watching my video. See you in the next video.